Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video, I'm gonna be giving my biggest tip for exterior real estate photos, so let's get into it. All right, so the biggest thing, and in my opinion, the most important thing to nail out on the exterior, and actually all the photos, is your composition. But here's a couple tips that will help you master your composition, especially on the exteriors, right? You can go online and see all kinds of photos, what people are shooting, tripod height. In general, I'm raising my tripod all the way up. I like the higher perspective, and it usually is better for front exteriors. And I try to avoid, it's okay to get a little bit of the neighboring houses, but you don't want to be zoomed out to where the thing that you're focused on is small in comparison to the other things that are in it. So you just want to make sure there's no distractions, like a car in the neighbor's driveway that's showing up in the property, or even a car in the driveway. You know, I think that's something you want to make sure to do, is make sure that the occupant moves their vehicles, if there are any that are out front of the property. But this is another thing that's really important. I think a lot of real estate photographers have a tendency, even seasoned ones, because I'll go out and shoot with some of our seasoned photographers, and even some of them will have a tendency to stand on the sidewalk and choose a focal length that's really wide, right? I'm not a big fan of that, because the distortion is much more noticeable when you're using a wider focal length, right? Especially when you're standing on the side. So if you're on the side of a sidewalk. So if you have space, scoot back. And the focal length that I like for front shots is typically around 24 millimeters. I think that's a great focal length. If you have the space, you can scoot back and get the entire property in it, and with a minimal amount of distortion. So anyways, that's kind of my personal preference. I think that's a better strategy. You're gonna get a better end result for your customer versus going really close to the property. You can get the whole thing in the shot, but you're using a 16 millimeter or wider focal length, and then you have stretched out roofs, and it just doesn't look that great to me. Better scoot back and zoom in. That is probably the biggest tip. The other stuff I mentioned is probably, I mean, I guess it's not common sense, but I would say that's one that comes to mind if I was gonna give a tip for exterior shooting. So anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. If you got value out of it, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, as we consistently put out real estate photography content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching. We will see you guys on the next one.